Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Today's video is going to be on the PvE function in the game. Now, a lot of you have been backing away from the PvE, trying to get into more PvP and industry processing. Now, I'm going to show you something else within the processing for a solo PvE player. So, here is a way that you can make ISK quite easily and quite quickly. So just going through my materials, I'm going to show you what I already have. As you can see, these are the materials I already have in small figures and in easily managed numbers. So I'm going to go back up into my gear and I am going to show you what you exactly get from scrapping certain materials. Now looking over all of my weapons, I have quite a few weapons that can be scrapped. Elite weapons can be scrapped. So here goes mass scrapping. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I may be scrapping these right now, but I wouldn't normally just scrap any materials because I am part of a nice strong corporation and it allows me to handle things a lot easier. Instead of me processing on my own, I can have a ton of people help me out with my processing. Now this is the reason why it's a good idea to process. You get a nice amount of materials and you can use it to basically boost up anything that you need to in terms of production. Now, looking at everything here, I'm just going to select all and restack. Now, the reason why you would do this is if you are trying to grind up that ISK to make your millions a week. Now, a lot of players aren't doing this and they're not pushing for massive sales. Now, as you can see, I have quite a bit here. Now, some of the gear that I sold was worth more than what I scrapped it for, but I don't really mind because this isn't actually meant for me to send over. So I'm just going to multi-select and send all of this material to my vessel. I'm going to sell it quickly in one of the markets. Move to, can't hold it. Okay, I'm just going to send it to my caracal. And what I'm going to do with my caracal is travel over to Jita station. So I'm going to open out the market. I'm going to open out nearby trade centers and head straight to Jita. Now, Jita is one of the major trading centers. And if you are in PvE, this is something that you're going to be used to doing, heading over to this market. Now, you can gather up all of the low level equipment and the low level gear and grind it down to make a ton of resources. And after you have done this, the next process for you to do is for you to actually sell all of the materials. Now, how do you sell materials and how do you choose the right prices? Remember, choosing the lowest price is always the easiest and fastest method for sale. Choosing the medium prices, make sure the prices keep climbing up quickly and that you can get better and better rewards each time you come into the station. So the more people who place high, make sure that the market increases in value. Now, considering that this is a real tiny amount of resources, I don't think that many players would be impressed with the amount that I just purchased. But you can keep doing this even with simpler methods of doing this exact same trick that I just showed. You can actually go into the market, grab a ton of, let's say, low-end gear. So you go into a section of the station and you look for everything that's under a certain price because you just take one, you scrap it, and you look at what's your value from the materials that you get out of it. You run it with a page and you make sure that you're calculating what you have. So you run through your sales, you buy, you sell, and that's how you're going to do another form of quick trade in the markets. Now, the catch with market trade is you need to be upgrading the following. Now, this is market info. The higher your trade, the lower your taxes. The higher your accounting, the lower your taxes. So all of these affect how much of ISK you can make. Now, I do have an item on sale in the market and it hasn't been selling well. It's an elite piece of gear. So what I generally do with my gear is I stockpile it until such a point that it's ready to be dismantled or thrown away. And what happens when you repackage these materials are they come out differently. They lose their elite status, and I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually just going to go in. second. No, wait, here's my cell. So I did make a loss on that item. I'm not really all that worried about the loss for that item. But once I get into the station, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Now, as you can see, my materials here aren't the most expensive. They aren't going to earn me multi-millions in terms of their rewards. But some of them are rather expensive. Now, if I'm correct, this is one of the more expensive materials. So let's see what its cost price is in the market right now. So at Jita, it is around 1,900, the cheapest price on this rock. So I am actually going to match that price at Jita station and push it up to 1,900. Now, how many pieces am I putting up on the market? I am putting up very small amounts compared to any of these other traders. And these are going to be used for a lot of other players when they come to purchase out the quick sales. Now, titanium, for example, this is a very cheap material. And even going through it, I'm just going to open it. It shows that it sells for 3 million. Now, remember, each marketplace that you go to has different sales rates. And remember, choosing your sales rate helps you out in the long run. Okay, let's see, what is Jita? There's nothing in Jita, so I can go at 3 if I want, I can go at 2 if I want. Considering where all the stations are, they're very far removed from the center. Now, if I had more than this mere 60,000, it would be an easier sale. If I had to throw, for example, 100,000 or 2 million of each of these items on the market, I would make a much larger chunk of profit. Now, 90% of the time, what I do is I actually donate all of this to my corp, to higher processing members. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to get away with running around and doing missions non-stop, or doing the small tasks all the time, picking up all the debris, everything, and then I can just take it and dump it with one of them and they can do all the sales. That means that that heavy bulk of material which I'd have to gather up just to be able to do the sale properly is never gathered at my base. Now, you'll see that I have a lot of ship debris. And the thing with ship debris are they can also be used in the same way. If they are trading too cheap, you can dismantle them and sell their materials in the market. And that's a quick way to get rid of cheap debris to improve the price for what you want to sell. And you're going to make double or triple the price. You have to make sure that you calculate it carefully. Remember, take one, work out all your taxes, figure out how much you're going to pay total for each one, then work it all out as a group price and see which ones you can buy, what is your maximum spend on the item, and that's going to help you purchase a lot better. So I'm just going to do one right now in front of you, and let's go with it from this one item. Now, as you can see, all of this is in my hull. So I don't have anything to worry about. I'm going straight into the market. I am going to buy something and I am going to scrap it. Now, this isn't a very efficient method for me. I am very, very low on my scrap metal skills. So I'm not going to get as much as another player would in terms of this whole process. Wait, I've got an exotic, not exotic, an elite in this. Right, so what can I do? Okay, I did the wrong thing. I'm supposed to have reprocessed it. Sorry about that. I'm supposed to repackage then reprocess. That's the best way to get rid of it. So now I'm going to go into the ship debris and I am going to reprocess one, look at all the individual material prices and work out the price on sales. Now this is big time maths and a lot of players do this here in the game. That's how you find that some of your PvE players are even more rich than the industry mains. That's because they're competing in industry in this manner. So where would I go? Manufacturing material, vessel debris. This should be pretty inexpensive. Let's see what's its price. Okay, so I'm gonna buy one for 1,500. Please tell me that I didn't make the mistake of purchasing it at the wrong station. I did purchase at the wrong station. Uh, Sorry about that. I'm making mistakes non-stop here. So basically what happens is you need to keep doing this on a constant basis, and depending on how much of ISK you've earned, you can earn quadruple or triple what you have. And holding on to debris till you've pushed the market value up may be a good way for you to process them and use them in the future. Now, overall, what you're going to see me do may not be profitable at all for me. And as you can see, I'm stockpiling materials, and I will be stockpiling materials till I have enough to make a good sale. Now, 90% of my materials will come from actual combat, and I am just going to go out. I am going to go to Vessel Debris again. Wait, no, let me go to something a lot easier. High slot laser weapons. MK5. If I'm correct, this is a very inexpensive. Yes, 5,000. Now let's look for the station. No, this is getting expensive. Let's look at the MK5 here. I'm looking for something under 5,000, to be honest. No, this is expensive again. MK3. I'm just hoping that there's someone will have Cheetah. No, this Cheetah is getting a bit expensive right now. Let's go cannons. Now the reason why I'm aiming for MK5 is I want a little bit of those rare materials to come out of it. And once more, over the top in price. They know that players were doing this, and that's how you drive up the price. You clear any and all small equipment from the market to give it a quick boost. Now I'm looking for stuff on this market. I'm not finding anything. Generally this is the market to go to. This should be a very inexpensive item, and you should find it everywhere. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to purchase something over the top in price. You know what, let me go look at ship debris. So this is one of the catches when it comes to trying to make these little bits of video. So because I'm looking to make something in the station, I have to actually think about... Kidding me? Okay, I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna go for that laser. It's cheap enough for me to buy, even though it's very expensive, but I'll just show it for an example. Okay, so here we go. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to purchase this one item, and I am going to remember how much I paid for it. Now my price on paying for it was 28,000, so I'll record 28,000. Then I am going to go into my inventory. I'm going to grab hold of this item. I am going to reprocess. And now I have multiple small items. So the first thing I'm going to do is open my titanium. Sorry about that. So I'm going to view the market value on it. And this is Jita. It's right now selling at 5, so I can sell at 3. So 3 times 335, that's 9. That's 1,005. Okay, next thing on this list is Pyrite. Let's view the market. Now let's see what it's selling for. Let's hope that we have the right amount. It is selling for 39 in Jita Station. Regular trades are well over 25. So I am going to choose between the lowest and the middle. I am going to go for a 23. So 23 times the number of pyrite, 23 times 81. So take 80 times 3. I'm just going to pull out my calculator for this. I'm no longer going to do it in my head. It's taking me too long. So 81 times 3 gives me 1,863. Right, so that's my ISK, Maxelion. What is my value? Jita is 85. Everywhere else it's trading 25. So 25 times. What is my quantity? 27. Not the best value of sales, 675. View market details again. Let's hope that I got a good one this time. And it is selling for 100 a piece. This is a good one. That's 4. It's 400. It's too small in figure for me to actually make any money out of it. And last, I have Noxium over here. Let's see what its market details are. Selling for around 2,000 a rock. Okay, so I have 2,000 there. So let's work this all out. 2,000 plus 400 plus 475 plus 1863 plus 1055, and that equals to a value of 5,743. Now I must think about, if I'm going to sell this, how much of tax am I going to be charged? How much am I making overall? And the answer is I'm not making anywhere near 28,000. This isn't a worthwhile sale, so I shouldn't keep doing this. And obviously that is a bad sale to go for. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab my items one at a time. Okay, wait, first let me go stack all, select all, stack all. Now this is something you do just to get your sales going a little bit quicker. I'm going to grab this. I am going to sell. I know what's my price on it because of this market. I'm simply going to type in 3, sell. Now as you can see, I was charged 13,000. If you count the entire figure, it gives you the entire working out on your taxes. Now let's go to the next one. I have a bad way of trying to remember all of these, so I won't exactly remember them perfectly. Yeah, I'm going at 25 on this. Now, this is just the process of selling. Now, as you can see, I'm selling a rather large figure of all of these materials, and I can get away with the sale of these quite easily. Now, something else you can do is place the downlisted orders, and you can see what people are willing to pay for it. So, distance 34, 11 jumps. Okay, so I can sell at recommended price, and all of this should disappear. So let's go for it. Let's sell, and let's not even worry about increasing the price here. As you can see, that's my value in profits. and I don't mind the price that I'm getting for it. It's quite high. Okay, now let's move to the next. I'm going to try and view all the market details all at once. So isogen is 100 on average. Let me select it, let me sell. Price I'm going to sell for is sorry, 100. And as you can see, I have undersold what I just put on the market, and it's moving quite quickly. Noxium is 2,000 a piece, so I'm going to sell it at around that range. This is about 1,000 a piece, if I remember. No, this is. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Let's see if it sells. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna lose out a little bit. I'm not really all that worried. Now let's go back out and look at how these sales are doing on the market. Now, as you saw, all the materials I just dumped on, there are now benefits and negatives to look at this overall process. If you are doing this in the process of gaining missions, doing encounters to gain missions, then the benefit to you is you are gaining resources at a faster rate. And it means that you can gain extra ISK on top of whatever you are doing. So maybe let's say, for example, you topped off the station with 10 cubic tons worth of all of this waste. Sorry. You topped off the station with 10 cubic. Okay, most of my materials are already gone. Let me just have a double look at this. That was Noxium. Now, everything that I am selling on the market was, well, okay, yeah, it was well priced. At 2,000 a brick, I wasn't really over the limit. I am within the limitations for the station, and I should end up appearing on this list. Now, if I had more of the item to sell, it would be a lot faster for transactions. However, I didn't really double check and quadruple everything before I did this, and most of these aren't really good sales. So I'm just going to delete all of these messages. So looking at it, this is another way for a generally low earning player to make money quickly. And you can even undersell. You can go and fill in orders on the market immediately just by selling it at the recommended price. Now, those prices that they give you sometimes are larger, sometimes they're lower. And you can go and grab 100,000, 2 million, and just agree to the price on the market, and it can sell. You can make a loss, you can make a profit on it. It all depends on what its actual value is. But generally, you're going to make more money than just having all those ship debris lying around within your base. So this is one of the ways in which you can make quick ISK. I'm actually using it a little bit right now because I had nothing better to do and there was a good idea for me. So here's a mission for 95 ISK. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to pick up all the loot. And after I'm done with it, I'm going to dump it on the market. Now, what is the reason for all of this? I'm actually going to be doing all of these combat missions and farming them all up as fast as possible to go and dump all of these materials on the market and sell them to progress to getting the other ships which I said I was going to grab. And once I have everything together, hopefully I will be putting out another special video for you showing you all of the vessels that I have discussed in fitting videos. I intend to buy every last vessel in the game, and let's hope that I can do it. So here's me asking you guys to root me on a little bit, and I hope that I can actually reach my target. Thank you for watching.